Hey chumps! Recently I have decided to join Tarkov community, and this game is really cool. I like it a lot. And despite this, I have encountered right at the start, right at the beginning, few very bizarre things. And the first one is um, really mind-boggling because I do not understand how this game could be in development for so many years and developers still not implemented option to mute Tarkov when process is minimized, and this is like it's like default option in most games which have queue, and in this game queue time could be for up to 10 minutes. Yeah, I know that it's end of season and stuff like that, but this is my personal experience. I have started playing on a few weeks ago, so my queue time was really high, and it's extremely inconvenient to hear Tarkov music for 6 to 7 minutes each time I try to play the game. And music is awesome. I like it a lot, but it's just not very convenient. Um, but luckily, for the last few years, I have been working on a tool called iHours, and this is an automation tool which allows you to do different system-related stuff, and in this case, it will help us to solve both problems which I'm going to mention. The first one, as I already mentioned, is muting Tarkov when it's not in foreground. So this means that I would really like for Tarkov to shut the hell up when it's minimized. Um, and in Windows, there is already a tool called Volume Mixer, and you could potentially mute and unmute Tarkov manually, but why do we have all these programs then if you like to do all stuff manually? Um, and this when iOS comes into game, um, I would really like to skip section of how this all works because there are some other videos which describe it more in depth. But basically, the idea is the following. Um, Program has a system of triggers, and there are different types of triggers which could be in active or inactive state. And in this case, we are using a single trigger which is called window is active, which activates when escape from Tarkov.exe process and its window is in foreground. So if you alt tab to Tarkov, this trigger activates, and if you alt tab to your browser, this trigger deactivates. And consequently, if trigger is activated, then program executes a block of actions on enter actions. And if trigger deactivates and the whole aura deactivates, aura is this combination of triggers on enter block while active block on exit, and this is all called an aura. This is a singular. This is first aura. This is second aura, and stuff like that. And in this case, in on enter block, I'm using Windows API to unmute escape from Tarkov process, and in on exit block, I use the same API to mute it. So basically, it will make um, it will make Tarkov process unmute itself when window is active and mute when window is not active, and it does not interact with Tarkov process in any way. It just uses Windows system interfaces, so it's fully legit. No injection, nothing like that. And this basically it for first case, and there is a mechanism that allows to easily share your hours with others. And to do that, click on share button or Control S on your keyboard, and then on share button here. And this gives you this link, which could be shared with others. And if I press paste, this will allow me to import this hour on some other pack PC or other laptop or stuff like that. So this solves our first problem. But the second problem is directly linked to the first one. The second problem is that when you're waiting in queue and your Tarkov window is minimized and it's muted, how would you know that the game is found, or you have been already ported, or maybe you are already dead? Um, so I would really like to have some notification mechanisms that will play sound or activate Tarkov window when queue is ended. So when we are being ported to a map, and to do that, we do have another type of trigger in iAuras. Idea is the following. So when we are entering a queue, there is this static title, Escape from Tarkov, being shown to us, and it will be shown for a whole duration of our queue time, and it will disappear only when queue has ended, so when we are being ported to a map. And we will use this fact and track this title and react accordingly. So for this we have a trigger called color search, and it's already configured here. I have clicked on reset region. So as you can see, one of features of iAuras is that it's able to capture screenshots like OBS does, and all other programs which capture applications. So it basically captures what happens inside this window, inside Escape from Tarkov window in this case, and it does it for this number of times per second, so 5 times per second, and it's configurable, but in this case 5 is more than enough. And as you can see, preview window is being updated when each frame is captured. So getting back to this idea, what I would like to do is I would like to check that average color in this region stays the same, or otherwise this will mean that this title has disappeared, and basically this means that our queue has ended and we can react to this. And I have clicked pick color to assign to set color search and make it compare current color. So this color basically changes, and as you can see, if I click back, it's updated, and now similarity percentage of captured color and target color is much lower. And if I click on next again, similarity is again 100%. And you can configure threshold. So color search trigger will become active only when similarity is more than this threshold. And in this case, it's an extremely simple case, so we do not need to change anything. This is basically default settings. So what we currently have is we have a trigger that tracks for Escape from Tarkov title and turns on and off accordingly. So we are currently in queue. So the program thinks that we are in queue. And when we exit the queue, or queue will end itself and we will port to a map, this will make program execute on exit block. So our will deactivate, and when our is deactivated, it executes on exit block. And for our scenario, this means that when our queue has ended, we will do these actions. And I have configured my notification to be the following. I make program play sound. There are different sounds. You could pick whichever you want. And after that, I have added a delay because, for example, if I am watching YouTube, I would like to stop the clip, and this gives me the desired time frame. And after that, uh, I make program activate escape from Tarkov window. So when my queue time um, ends and my character is being ported to a map, I hear this notification, and after that, window is automatically brought to foreground. So this is basically it. This makes queuing extremely more pleasant, at least for me, because I never miss the fact that I'm ported, and I can do whatever I want while in queue. And this is an example of how you could use IORs in Tarkov. Thank you for staying for so long. Cheers, bye.